Okay, first off, I promised that me talking about Gauntlet's 6th season on the 6th episode of the MDi Format wasn't intentional. Just sort of intentional. But anyway, I will take this opportunity to share with you the 2023 season of games that I never thought would have been possible when I started Gauntlet in 2018. First, the Gauntlet arcade section, where I devoted episodes to either free itch.io games or challenges from the bogus Meat Factory Fantasy Draft League. I wanted to bring this section back for the next season, but I unfortunately have to put this section on hiatus so that I can find time to record my Pokemon Advanced Universal Tour series. Now, this does not mean that Gauntlet Arcade will not appear next season. It's just too soon to say that it cannot return, but it is also too soon to say it will return in some capacity. You have not seen the end of Gauntlet Arcade by any stretch of the imagination, though. Now, the Pearl set of games will absolutely return. I added this to the current season so that I don't feel completely limited to what the community game along calls for. I used the Pearl set in this season to play 6 different games that got a 1992 release. For next season, the Pearl set will commemorate games that got a 1993 release. In other words, 30 years. The Pearl anniversary. The 6 games I have chosen for next season will be Super Street Fighter II: The New Challengers, not just to commemorate the 1993 release of this game, but to commemorate the very first game that Cammy appeared in. Super Mario All-Stars. But wait, am I seriously going to play the remasters of Super Mario Bros., Lost Levels, Mario 2, and Mario 3? Yes, all at once. And you heard me correctly, all at once. It will all be played via the shuffle feature of an emulator that I probably should not name. Just look up Shuffler Emulator and you'll find what I am talking about. Clock, so that you all can hear how god-tier the Fullen brothers were when they composed this game. David Wise was even inspired by the score of this game when he worked on Donkey Kong Country. You know, that one SNES game series that everyone says had one of the system's greatest scores ever? Yeah, Clock inspired that. Gabriel Knight's Sins of the Fathers. The game I originally had planned for Adventure Game December, but didn't think I would have enough time to play. So I moved it here. I mean, come on. Sierra Adventure Game, and Tim Curry's in it. I can't not play this game. The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, one of the most beautiful games ever made in the 90s, and it turns 30 next year. Though I might play the DX version, for reasons. And this is allowed because I did play the Pixel Remaster version of Final Fantasy V. And finally, Castlevania Rondo of Blood. Now that I can record TurboGrafx aka PC Engine games, I have an excuse to play one of the best games on that system. And you get to hear some of Castlevania's best music. So that's the Pearl set of games, now the bulk of the Gauntlet lineup, supported by the community game along themes for next year. For Puzzle Game Month, I will be playing Intelligent Cube for the PlayStation, because I wanted to play an actual puzzle game instead of just a game with puzzle elements like I had been doing. For Dating Sim Month, I will be playing Terra Nova on the PC. Not the shooter game, no. This is an honest-to-God live-journal role-playing community simulator. I first heard of this from Choo Choo, and yeah, as someone who grew up with LiveJournal, yeah, I want to play it. And role-playing in online communities absolutely counts as dates. Trust me on that one. For Music Game Month, I will be playing Trombone Champ on the PC. Normally, I'm against the idea of playing something that is less than 6 months old and is popular, but there is something that Trombone Champ has that I really don't see any of the popular streamers talking about. The secret ending. I don't know what it is other than the fact that there is a secret ending. The curiosity of what the secret ending is alone convinced me that I needed to play this game. For Platform Game Month, I will be playing Mega Man 8. The Sega Saturn version, because that's right bitches, Sega Saturn has been added to the Gauntlet list of playable systems. Segata Sanshiro would be so proud. Like the TurboGrafx, I have tried for years to get the Saturn to be playable for Gauntlet, and now that it is possible, I pick a game that can be played on other consoles. But wait a second, Mega Man 8 on the Saturn has things that will not appear on any other console release. So in a way, I still am kind of sort of playing a Saturn exclusive. Moving on. For Metroidvania month, I will be playing Super Adventure Island 2 for the Super Nintendo. May is a busy month for me in real life, so I wanted a short game to record. Super Adventure Island 2 is the perfect choice for me to balance my real life and MDisc life around this time. For Roguelike Game Month, I will be playing The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, Afterbirth, Afterbirth Plus, and Repentance, all on the PlayStation 4. Yes, I am crazy to try and tackle this. The goal of this challenge will be clear as we get closer to this episode, but this will be one game I am easily able to record very early in advance, like I did with the Elden Ring and Kingdom Hearts 2 episodes. For JRPG July, I will be playing Ys Book 1 and 2 for the TurboGrafx. 2023 will be the Community Game Along's 10th event, so it made sense for me to play a game from Nihon Falcom, which was the inspiration behind the Community Game Along's very first theme way back in 2014. For Asian Game Month, I will be playing Coffee Talk for the PC. This was a game I had my eye on since I started Gauntlet in 2018. I discovered it while looking for dating sims and visual novels to play, and with the theme celebrating all of Asia instead of just Japan, now is finally the time to check out this game. For Schmoptember, I will be playing Alien Soldier for the Sega Genesis. I played a TurboGrafx shooter last year. This year I wanted to play a shooter from the other console with the best lineup of classic shooters, Genesis. I have never played Alien Soldier, but it's developed by Treasure, who made the amazing Gunstar Heroes. That's enough for me to want to use Gauntlet to try it. For Horror Game October, I will take advantage of a brilliant idea by bunnycartoon and celebrate October 2023 having a Friday the 13th by playing Friday the 13th on the Nintendo. Who knows if I will even do a Gauntlet the next time October gets a Friday the 13th, so I might as well do it while I have the chance. For Visual Novel November, I will be playing I Was a Teenage Exocolonist on the PlayStation 4. I admit, I am really stretching what qualifies as a visual novel with this one. But it looks so good, I want to try it. I mean, look, the storytelling has visual novel elements, that's good enough for me. And like Binding of Isaac, this will be one game I can easily record ahead of time. And for December, a theme for simulators, I will be playing a game that simulates what gaming was like for children in the 80s and 90s. Game Center CX Arino no Chosenjo 2. Wait, that's a Nintendo DS game, isn't it? Oh yes it is, because Nintendo DS is also being added to the Gauntlet list of playable systems. And this game lets you play different retro-style games, lets you read gaming magazines for tips and tricks, and lets you try games at the local game store. I'd say that absolutely constitutes as a simulator, because that's honestly what gaming was like for us back then. Also, Game Center CX The Show turns 20 next year, so another excuse to play the game. Anyway, there you have it. But wait a second, that's actually not all. There is one more game. But I'm actually not ready to announce that one yet. It's not a community game-along game, it's not a Pearl game, and it's not even a Gauntlet arcade game. It's basically a special attraction game, similar to when I found a way to play and record PT in 2021. I'm still waiting on whether or not this game can actually be pulled off for Gauntlet. Until I get a definitive yes or no, I will wait to announce this one. There you have it, the Gauntlet 2023 Season 6 lineup. 2018 me would not be able to comprehend what the current me has come up with for next year. Hell, I can't believe some of these games are even possible to record. Having said that though, there is a legitimate possibility that this lineup could change. It always has in the past whenever I announce things ahead of time. but I feel 100% confident with this lineup of games. It would take a real-life emergency to change what I have planned for next year. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to check me out on co-host if you're not a fan of the musky Twitter smell that won't go away.